Hey Freedom Fighters, I'm Rob Berger, author of Retire Before Mom and Dad. If you watched my recent video on the latte factor, you know that saving even small amounts of money over a long period of time, well, it turns into a pile of cash. Today I've got good news for latte lovers. See, it turns out that the latte factor isn't really about the latte. In fact, there are many ways we can apply the latte factor to our finances. We can even apply them to something as simple as credit card rewards. About 2 years ago, I started setting aside all of the credit card rewards that my wife and I earned into a separate account. I started saving them, whether it was cash back, points, miles. I boiled it all down to cash, set it aside, and started investing it. In less than 2 years, our account has grown to $9,606 and we shouldn't forget the 32 cents. And that's even after the ugly market we've had the last month. Last year, we averaged a reward rate across all of our credit cards of 2.8%. So for every dollar we charged to a credit card, on average, we got back 2.8% in cash. In this video, I'm going to walk through exactly how we did it. I'm even going to show you every single credit card we used, and I'm going to give you alternative credit cards because, let's be honest, the cards I use may not be best for you. Now, a word of caution. If you're struggling with credit card debt, the last thing you want is more credit card debt just to earn some cash back, points, or miles. So if that's you, just turn this video off, and I'm serious. Stop watching. It's just not worth it. The interest you'll pay on the credit cards will far outweigh any rewards you may earn. Now, for the rest of you, you may be a little skeptical. It's like, credit card rewards might be okay for a little extra pocket change, but can it really turn into real wealth? Well, actually, it could, without too many unrealistic assumptions, make you a millionaire. I know, you don't believe me, so let's go to the calculator. So I took the savings calculator that we created a few videos ago, and well, I just kind of changed some things under the hood, added a few different inputs, and voila, we have a credit card rewards calculator. So I started with a simple scenario of $1,000 a month, 1% rewards rate, that gives you 85 grand. But if you jump to $2,500 a month in charges, you're up to 212,000. Of course, that jumps to 425 if you increase the award rate to 2%. And if you jump it to the 2.8% we've earned, you're already at nearly 600 grand over a lifetime of investing, and that's just $2,500 a month in credit card charges. And for those of you that are big spenders, at $5,000 a month, 2.8% rewards rate, well, you hit just shy of $1.2 million. So hopefully I've convinced you that yes, credit card rewards can generate a lot of wealth over time. It's again, an application of the latte factor, taking relatively small amounts of money, investing them over time, and watching them grow into piles of cash. Now let's get into specifics. How exactly should we do this? What credit card should we consider? And with my strategy, the starting point is what I call our everyday credit card. It's a card that pays a really good reward on every purchase. We use it anytime we don't have some other card that pays an enhanced rate. We'll get to those in a minute. So the goal for the everyday card is to find one that pays at least 2% cash back on every single purchase, regardless of the category. And for a long time, our go-to card was this one, the Citi Double Cash card. It pays effectively 2% cash back. You get 1% on each purchase. And then as you make payments on the card, you get 1% of your payment. So in our case, we would pay off the card in full each month. So each month we were getting 2% cash back on all of our purchases. In fact, I used this card to send our children to college. Now, we did pay it off in full every month because we had saved their college fund, but that was a lot of cash back. Now, the Citi Double Cash card, as great as it is, isn't the only option. Another 2% card that we use is the Apple card. It's titanium, I think. I don't know. Anyway, it's kind of a 2% card, except when it's not. So here's the deal. If you use this and go to the store and swipe it, it's just 1%. So I don't know why you would ever do that. But if you use it with Apple Pay, then you get 2% cash back. And if you use it on Apple purchases, whether buying stuff at an Apple store or for like Apple Music, other streaming services through Apple, you get 3% cash back. So not a bad card. We don't use this one as much, although I certainly do use it for all of our Apple purchases. But still, a pretty good card, 2% cash back if you use Apple Pay. Now, last year we changed our everyday credit card. We went with this one, the Alliant Credit Union credit card. Why? Because it pays 2.5% back on everything. Now, I'm pretty sure 2.5% is more than 2%. Now, there are a couple of things to keep in mind. First of all, on this card, unlike the Apple Card or Citi Double Cash, there is a $99 annual fee. It is waived the first year. But that means that if you're not putting at least $20,000 a year on the card, well, the Citi Double Cash or some other 2% cashback credit card would be better. But if you are putting more than $20,000 on the card over the course of the year, the Alliant credit card is definitely the winner. The other thing to keep in mind is there is a spending cap. You get to 2.5% cash back on all purchases up to $10,000 per month. Now, I think most of you, like me, we don't typically charge more than 10 grand in 1 month on a credit card, although well, there have been some pretty ugly months. But generally we don't, so we're good. But for those big spenders out there, you should know anything over $10,000 in a given month will earn just 1% cash back. Still, it's a fabulous cashback credit card. It's our go-to card for everyday spending. You do have to join the credit union, but it's very easy to do, and I found the application process to be very smooth. Now, again, there are other 2% cashback credit cards out there. One of them is the Fidelity Visa. So if you have a Fidelity account, there's a Fidelity Visa credit card. It pays 2% cash back, and it's pretty convenient because the cashback rewards get deposited directly into your Fidelity account. Finally, for you business owners, the Spark Cash credit card from Capital One pays 2% cash back on all purchases. I've used that for a number of years for my business. Again, pretty simple, no rotating categories. It's just 2% cash back on everything. Now, you may be wondering, if I average 2.8% reward rate and the Alliant credit card, which I now use, pays 2.5, something just doesn't seem to add up. Well, you'd be right. Here's the deal. There are some categories of purchases where getting other credit cards that pay enhanced rewards are worth the effort. And for us, there's a couple of categories that falls into. The first is food. So for a while, we used the American Express Blue Cash Preferred. Why? Because it pays 6% cash back on all purchases at U.S. supermarkets up to a yearly cap of $6,000. Now, it does come with an annual fee, $95, but still 6% is hard to beat. On top of that, it pays 6% cash back on streaming services, probably not a huge budget item for you, at least I hope, but still 6% is nice, and it pays 3% back on both transit and gas. Last year, though, we changed that card too. We ended up sticking with the Amazon Prime credit card. Why? Well, we moved last year, and we moved near a Whole Foods, and that's where we do a lot of our shopping, and we shop a lot on Amazon. The Amazon Prime card gets us 5% cash back. You do have to be a Prime member, which we were anyway. So for all of our purchases on Amazon and all of our grocery shopping at Whole Foods, we earn 5% cash back. Not a bad deal. Now, there's another card that deserves honorable mention. It's the Citi Costco card. We've carried it for a couple of years now. It doubles as our Costco membership card. It offers 4% cash back on gas, and not just at Costco stores, but anywhere in the U.S. It also offers 3% cash back on restaurants and travel, and 2% cash back on Costco and Costco.com purchases. I'll be honest with you, we don't use it a lot, in part because you don't get your rewards except for once a year. You get an award certificate around February of every year. You can redeem it for cash if you want. You don't have to use it at a Costco store, but it's kind of a pain. I want my cash back like now, and I want to invest it. So we use it a little bit, not a lot. I do mention it though because its rewards are pretty good. All right, last but not least, let's talk about travel. There are, I think, about a gazillion travel cards. You can get an airline card, you can get a hotel card, you can get sort of general travel credit cards. For us, the go-to card, and this isn't even close, is the Chase Sapphire Reserve card. It has a huge sign-up bonus. It pays 3x on travel and restaurants. So anytime we're traveling, anytime we're eating out, which isn't a lot, but anytime that we do, we use that card. And here's the deal. You earn Chase Ultimate Rewards points that can be redeemed for travel through Chase Ultimate Rewards. And when you do, you get a 50% bonus. So that 3x in rewards on travel and restaurants, when redeemed for travel through Chase Ultimate Rewards, becomes 4.5%. We now have a total of about 100,000 Chase Ultimate Rewards points, and that's after having redeemed quite a lot. So you may be asking though, well, that's great, Rob, but how do you get those points into an investment account? I'm glad you asked. Here's what I do. We will use those points for travel because of that 50% bonus. And when we do, we take whatever we would have paid the hotel or the airline, for example, and take it out of our checking account and put it into the investment account. I mean, at the end of the day, it's all fungible, right? The idea here is that with the points, instead of paying the airline, let's say $500, I use the points to buy the ticket, and then I pay myself $500, if you will, by transferring the money from our checking account to our investment account. Now, the Chase Sapphire Reserve card does come with a hefty $550 annual fee, which can leave a mark. But they do give you a $300 a year travel credit, which gets applied automatically to any travel expenses that you have, and that helps a lot. And we've found that the rewards on this card more than make up for the remainder of the annual fee. However, they do have a lower fee option, Chase Sapphire Preferred Card. The annual fee on the Chase Sapphire Preferred Card is $95, quite a bit lower than the $550 you pay for the Reserve, but the benefits aren't quite as good. You don't get the $300 a year annual travel credit, and the 3x rewards on restaurants and travel for the Reserve card go down to 2x on the Preferred Card. However, the sign-up bonus is still quite rich. On both cards, the points are worth effectively $750 when redeemed for travel through Chase Ultimate Rewards. However, keep in mind that with the Preferred Card, the bonus you get when you redeem for travel through Chase Ultimate Rewards is 25%, not 50%. So if your head is spinning now with all of the plastic, I can actually narrow it down for you. We don't need any of those. Anyway, I go to 3 cards. The Alliant Credit Union card, 2.5% on every purchase up to $10,000 a month. The Amazon Prime card, 5% at Amazon and Whole Foods. And for us, the Chase Sapphire Reserve card, a big sign-up bonus and 3x on travel and rewards, travel and restaurants, plus a 50% bonus when you use the points to book travel through Chase Ultimate Rewards. So having gone to all the trouble to earn these rewards, how do we go about investing them? Well, in our case, we just take all of the rewards once a quarter. I tally them up through all of our accounts and send them off to Vanguard. We invest them in a life strategy fund. It's a fund that's, in our case, 80% stocks and 20% bonds. And I don't have to worry about buying whole shares. I can invest $48.52 if I want, and in it goes. And as I mentioned, in really about a year and a half, we're almost at $10,000, and that's even after the bear market that we've been going through over the last month. It's not the only way to invest it, of course. Another easy way would be to use a robo-advisor like Betterment, which we've used in the past and like a lot. If you want to invest in individual stocks, I would recommend Robinhood because you can buy fractional shares. So there you go. Again, links to all of the cards that I've mentioned will be in the discussions below. If you have any questions at all, leave a comment. And if you know of other great cashback or reward credit cards, let us know in the comments below. Until next time, remember, the best thing money can buy is financial freedom. But I thought I'd mention it. I do think the reward rates are pretty good. I've lost the whole thread. I do mention it though because the reward rates. That's going in the blooper reel. It pays 4% cash back on gas. It pays 3% cash back on, I don't know, restaurants and travel. Now, the Chase Ultimate, let me try it again. Now, the Chase, one more time. I do mention it though because its rewards are pretty good. Nailed it!